YouTube, what is up? Been a minute since we've done a vlog here on the YouTube channel, so I wanted to take y'all through my Saturday, tell y'all some of the updates that have been going on in my life, and make an important announcement. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of the video, if you're new here, my name is David Martin, and I'm an online coach, podcast host, and fitness content creator based out of Indianapolis, Indiana. And I'm also working a 9 to 5. I work as a broker at a major retail brokerage firm. So thank you all for stopping by the video. Appreciate you for checking me out. Oh my God, give me one moment here. So y'all are catching me on the way down to Columbus, Indiana, where I lived for almost a year with my girlfriend, Daniela. We actually just bought a house closer to Indianapolis, so we could be closer to our work and just closer to a bigger city as well, closer to the gym that I love. So that has been a great process. We moved 3 weeks ago, and I'm going back down to the old apartment that we lived in just to take down some curtain rods and get some of the remaining stuff that needs moved up. From there, I'm gonna be taking you to get a haircut and then hit an upper body session. So a few updates for the channel for those of you who have been along the ride for some years now. You might remember the home gym content when I lived with my parents. They had a building outside where I set up a gym I would train my clients out of. Good news with this house is I now have a garage that Daniela is gracious enough to allow me to set up the home gym equipment. So we're gonna have a home gym. I'm super stoked about it. Garage door will be open in the summer, banging out some weights. So I'm really excited to get that process going, get everything moved into the garage, get the ideal layout and set up, see what other equipment we could fit in there if possible. So you'll be seeing the return of the home gym content. I'm really looking forward to that. But the big announcement I have for y'all in this video is that I have started a bodybuilding prep. I'm gonna be competing in the NPC Indiana Natural Classic Physique show and division. That's on June 14th of 2026. So I'm 20 weeks out. I believe it might be 19 now. But yeah, I started the prep this week. I think we nailed the first week. So I'll talk a little bit about what I've been doing for this first week of prep, take you all through the meals, the process, and we got a fun meal coming up today. This being my first kind of weekend, I want to do one, not like cheat meal, but one refeed meal, we'll call it, every weekend where I'm not as concerned with hitting the macros, go a little bit over. We're going to keep it in the pocket, but surprise for this this meal that's going to be coming up because I'm super stoked for it. Even though calories are still high, we're not redlining as we start off this diet, just taking it nice and slow, hitting those steady weight loss targets. And I felt like I've built some momentum. I already feel like I'm clicking into some good routines and habits. I feel like I nailed the meals, and I did great with getting my cardio, my steps in. So really happy with the way that this first week of prep went. And man, I think we're gonna put together a much improved package. I have a lot more life things figured out for this prep. I've been there, done that, and I'm really excited for what this prep is gonna bring. I think it's gonna be a good result for me. So as I am on my way down to the apartment to get some things cleaned up, meal one, protein oatmeal, and unfortunately my spoon fell into the protein oatmeal. So I did 2 packets of the, what is it, brown sugar, maple syrup type shit, and a scoop of whey. So yeah, calories are still in a pretty fine place. Doesn't feel like I'm having to restrict whatsoever on this leg of the diet. But I do feel like we've had some body fat tighten up. That's been a good feeling. And just overall, feeling good as we get into these first few weeks of prep. That's gonna change. You know, you always get a pretty drastic calorie reduction as you start off. So that will be on the horizon, I have no doubt, but we're riding high until then. Well guys, even though the content here in Columbus, Indiana was limited, we are heading out of this apartment. Good times. Danny and I's first place together. Good little apartment gym as well, I will miss that. But empty apartment, echoey room type vibes, moving on to bigger and better things. It's time to wrap this thing up and move on to the next phase of life. Bittersweet, if you will. All right, guys, so it's almost gym time. I ended up staying at my friend's wife's coffee shop for much longer than I thought I would, but it was really cool. They had a market, good vibe, good coffee. I had a pre-workout blueberry muffin, so there goes most of my carbs for the rest of the meals today, but that's okay because it was delicious. And then I complemented that blueberry muffin, my pre-workout carbs, with a Core Power 42-gram protein shake. So don't worry, I will be getting some real food in today. I promise you that. Also, just wanted to grab a little pick me up, a little something something at the gas station. One of my go-to flavors, the Ghost Zero Sugar energy drinks, Welch's Grape. They just absolutely nail that flavor. I'm a big grape guy. It's a polarizing thing. Some people love the grape, some people don't. I am a big grape guy, so definitely one of my favorites, one of my go-tos. Just need a little caffeine to get this, get myself psyched up for this workout. We got a pull day coming in, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a bit of a banger, I think. I'm going to start off with some shrugs of some sort. Hit some shrugs, hit some face pulls, get the upper back going. I like hitting the upper back musculature first and some rear delts to really just kind of prime the movements from there. And then we'll see what it is. Probably hop into some back movements. Today I'm going to do, they have a prime machine pullover. So definitely a solid machine. And I do one day cable pullovers or cable lat prayers. And then I do the machine pullover, pull through, whatever you call this machine. I do that another day. We're going to hit some assisted pull-ups with a normal grip. They have a prime, like chest supported prone machine. So like you're laying down, chest on the machine. Going to hit that as well. Then hop into some arms. They have a nice spider curl bench here. Probably do like a superset of spider curls into standing easy bar curls. Maybe hit some preacher curls as well, depending on how I'm feeling and how time is allowing. So we'll go ahead and get to it. And I'll try to record as much of this session as I can. So we started the session with an audible, of course, that being the spider curl bench was taken for 15 minutes, so I decided to switch it up and hit the Atlantis preacher curl, which is my favorite preacher curl machine of all time. The adjustability, you can change the amount of the stretch, you can change the back pad to really lock you into that machine. This machine hits like no other. It's one of the smoothest pieces I've ever used, and it's definitely a staple for me to get the arms pumping. Really nothing crazy or special here. I just find that bicep training takes a lot of continued effort, volume, and intensity over time. Leaving 3 reps in reserve or so for most of these sets as it's the second week of my program. So here we'll see we're pushing, but not going absolutely balls to the wall. I moved it right along to a rear delt focus face pull. It's about 60-40 in terms of rear delt and upper back, traps and such. But I really like hitting some type of shoulder or upper back movement, whether it's a push or a pull focus session. Just feel like it warms up your shoulders and puts you in a great spot for a productive session. So once again, nothing crazy here. Using this rope attachment with some funky handles, which is a fun switch up. I still VersaGrip into it just for procuring the most optimal contact to the implement. Then we move from the face pulls into a little bit of a lat primer, which is just the straight arm rope pull down. Just something here, wasn't actually on the program, just kind of going by feel, and it felt good, so that's why we're doing it. Sometimes you just got to rock with what feels good, and a little bit of extra volume through the lats never hurt nobody. Hope that guy didn't mind being recorded. Moving right along to the machine pullover. This is no Nautilus pullover like the one that Dorian Yates used, like the one you might have seen me doing in years past at Peak Fitness. But this prime machine isn't bad when you make the modification of adding some yoga blocks for a deeper stretch. Once again, we're biasing most of this load of this pin-loaded machine into the stretched portion of the range of motion, which is where my arms are over the top of my head. My lats are stretched there. And the movement actually gets easier as we go through the concentric. Essentially what I'm saying there is more of the tension is at the stretch part of the range of motion and it drops off, which is the ideal profile for hypertrophy. Once again, we are pushing hard but not quite to failure here. Really like putting some type of, whether it's a lat machine pullover or a cable pullover. Oh, I did actually push pretty hard there because I feel like it helps with shoulders, helps get your lats primed. I also did assisted pull-ups, but I didn't really record those. It was just kind of awkward. There's a lot of people on the cable station. I don't want to be that guy, so moving right along to the prime prone chest-supported row. Once again, we're loading this so that most of the weight is in the stretched part of the range of motion where my arms are away from my body. And then as we row up with this kind of mid-lat focus, mid-back, but mostly lat focus row here, the weight drops off as we get closer up and higher into that range of motion. Really do love this machine and this setup. It's pretty great. Not a lot of axial fatigue, but your mid-back gets absolutely cooked. So if you have this machine, try it out. And I actually don't sit down on the pad because my body doesn't fit like that. I wanted to polish off back, just fucked around with some single arm dumbbell rows. Haven't done these in a while, and they actually hit pretty good. They really felt good on my lats. So it's just something that I kind of threw in there as I wanted a little finisher. And it was a great set. Lats were pumped, and that's what I was looking for. Wanted to finish off just giving you week one, I guess, of prep. What the physique is looking like. Missed my angle here, lost my face, but you guys can see we got a lot of fat loss to go, but overall the shape isn't looking terrible. Of course, my lats, they need to come up. I don't know if that's going to happen this prep, but they've come up since the last time we competed, so it's all we can do. And now let's go ahead and get into the rest of the video.
Shy right now.
You're doing great. You're not shy at all.
He's taking me on the date.
That sounded almost like a song. He's taking me on the date.
We are going to all you can eat. Dangerous. Sushi, what's it called?
Shoya.
Revolving sushi. So, one of them places that has the conveyor belts where you can grab the sushi, and I think you can order it too, and a little train brings it to you, which is fun.
That's so fun. I hope it's not packed.
I hope it's not packed too. And they also have, if I read correctly, mochi.
Oh shit.
And I think it's included in the all you can eat.
That would be so tasty.
Yeah. And they have like green tea ice cream. Have you ever had green tea ice cream?
I have, yes.
It's good.
A fun switch up.
And we were unplugged from the Don Toliver album.
So we're gonna get back to that.
Not Don Toliver. Why am I tripping?
Yeah, you don't trip it.
It's so good. Like one of the best albums I've heard in a minute.
In a long time.
But also waiting for the new John Summit album.
Ooh.
But I think he's releasing a song on Wednesday, every other Wednesday.
It is.
So
this Wednesday's the Wednesday.
This Wednesday's the Wednesday. I sent you a clip, I think, of the song that he's releasing. So I'm excited about that.
I love that.
T-minus how many days until Ultra?
We're going to Ultra, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a fun mid-prep break.
Why are you blurry?
I think it's on cinematic.
It's about your prep as I talk about going to all-you-can-eat sushi.
That's okay. That's part of the process. You get a refeed meal every once in a while.
You gonna feed it. That's alright.
I'm gonna feed it. And I'm gonna eat it.
Feed it. Anywho, thanks for joining the vlog. We'll see you at the restaurant.
How is it? Spread? How are we feeling?
Which one's mine?
This guy.
So fresh.
Guys, that wraps it up for episode 1 of the prep series. Really appreciate everybody sticking through thus far. Once again, if you're new here, feel free, hit that subscribe button, like the video if you learned a thing or two or had some fun along the way. I really do appreciate you guys for watching the video. Episode 2 of the series is going to have a little bit more of an educational, informational perspective where we will dissect how to make a meal plan absolutely for free using knowledge that I've learned throughout my career as a trainer, an online coach, and grad level nutrition programs at Ohio State. There's some great apps that can make meal plans for you. Macro Factor, RP Diet app. But for those on a budget, it's important to be cost effective and use all of the best resources out there to develop an effective plan. So that's what we're going to be getting into in the second episode of the series. Appreciate y'all once again for sticking around so far, and I will see you in the next one.